Welcome to another episode of The Gabriel Show. Now, listen, as you can see, I'm in my nursery. I'm sorry, when I'm in this room, it just makes me feel like a kid. I'm in shock. I'm in shock because I'm a father. It's been 1 week since I've been a father. Let me show you something right here. Yeah. Bears. Let me tell you something. It's really gonna hit you when you come home with your wife and kid and it's just you guys sitting there and you hear a human being crying and you're responsible for him. At that point, you're gonna grow up. You have no choice. You have to grow up. And my wife and I swear we're some big kids, but we're learning. We are learning. So today I just want to talk to you guys about my experience. It's been 1 week since I've been a dad. This YouTube channel is just going to be a documentation, journey of my life. I hope that one day my son will be able to use this as a resource so that he can take some gems from his dad when he was in his 20s and when he was in his 30s. So he'll see how his dad is the GOAT. But in all honesty, it's been really crazy. It's been a life-changing experience. This journey has been really crazy, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I learned a few things. Your life is going to change when you become a father. So first things first, I've always respected women, but I respect my wife 10 times more. Because when a woman gives birth to your child, she's literally putting her life on the line. And it's crazy. I would make jokes about it. I'd be like, babe, come on, push. But I'm like, yo, hold up. Yo, you got to push. You need to push to get that baby out there. And it's no joke. I work as a nurse, and so I know the complications that could happen. But I want to thank God for giving my wife, a smooth delivery. We're dealing with a little bit of complications after, but it's nothing that we can't handle. Thank God. But shout out to you. Shout out to the women out there. Shout out to my mama. Because it's no joke, fellas. My boy once told me this advice when my wife just got pregnant. He goes, rule number 1. Bite your tongue. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1. And I thought that rule was done. As soon as my wife gave birth, it's a wrap. I could start letting it rip. But that's not true. Still bite your tongue. That rule still applies because she's at a very sensitive state. Her body is going through all these different fluctuations of her hormones. You have to look out for a lot of things, like postpartum depression. It's real, and there's another thing called postpartum psychosis. Now, I know you're like, what? But postpartum psychosis is real. Let me tell you guys about it real quick. I heard a story, I don't know if it was real, but there was this couple, right? Husband came back from work and the wife was wearing her wedding dress and she was cleaning, looking crazy as fuck. And then the husband, what are you doing? She's like, I'm cleaning. And he heard the microwave in the background. And she was like, what are you making? He smelled something funny. And I was like, oh, I'm just cooking for you, babe. She's vacuuming and whatever, cleaning. And like, what are you making? When he went towards the microwave, yo, guys, sensory, cover your ears. The baby was in the microwave. You hear me? The baby was in the microwave. Now, there's a lot of cases like this. I am so sorry. I just had to share that story with you guys because postpartum psychosis is real. And I'm here at the crib. Thank God we ain't got none of that psychosis going on over here. But I am monitoring and I am assessing because a female is very fragile postpartum. You gotta watch for anything. So I'm here trying to keep my lady happy, just doing whatever I can, and trying to be the best dad that I can be. Because this is my first time doing it. And there's a whole cliche, like deadbeat dad for black dads. And I'm not trying to be part of that stereotype. I'm trying to be the best dad ever. So what else did I learn in my 1 week of being a dad? I learned that life is going to change. You see, I had this strategically schedule and get coverage basically to get this haircut and just get up and go like I used to. Oh gosh, hear that? That's my dryer. Oh gosh, I learned that I'm gonna have to do a lot of laundry too. This baby, I always wondered what a blowout was, fellas. It's a surprise. You're gonna learn what a blowout is pretty soon. But yeah, you can't just get up and go. You really have to work as a team with your wife or your significant other, your baby moms, whatever, your baby daddy. You don't have to work as a team just to make it work, especially if you've never done this before. Another thing I learned and that I'm thankful for is a good support system. The grandma's been holding it down. My wife's mom. Grandmas unite. They've really been, I feel like this is their duty. This is like their mission in life. This was their purpose. They couldn't wait. And I'm grateful for that. But some people don't have that support system. So if you don't have that support system, one thing I seen and I learned that at the hospital, the case manager is going to come up to you and ask you, like, do you need support? Tell them yes. Ain't no one trying to take your kids. I know sometimes people be like, oh no, I'm good, I got it. Bro, no you don't. You know, having a baby is some serious stuff. If you don't have help, ask for it. Don't be afraid. Put your pride aside. What else have I learned in my 1 week of being a father? I learned that you gotta wash your hands. Wash your hands with soap and water, okay? Not only do you have to wash your hands, make sure people wash their hands too. If anybody's gonna see your kid, make sure they wash their hands because your child is fragile, okay? And I know some of your family's feelings might be fragile, but your child is more fragile than their feelings, If they take offense to it, I am sorry, but see, there's a lot of antibodies that your child still needs to develop. He doesn't have an immunity to everything. Especially now, it's like flu season. So I had to tell a lot of people like, hey, we're not even having visitors like that yet. I just made sure my immediate family seen my child, my immediate family, my wife's immediate family. But besides that, you're going to have to make people wait. Unfortunately, it's important because you're doing it for the safety of your child. So I learned that importance because I just never knew how serious it could be. Here's another story my wife told me on TikTok. She's seen an article of a couple who brought their baby newborn, I think 2 months old, to a wedding. And basically everyone was just looking at the baby, kissing the baby, and boom, after that wedding, the baby caught meningitis. And unfortunately, the baby passed. You see, that's a crazy, extreme story, but that's all it took for me to learn my lessons. People, I hope you don't take no offense. People are trying to learn. Hey, keep your lips to yourself. Don't kiss my baby. We ain't bringing this baby to no weddings. If you have a child who's a newborn, keep him home. Keep him away from people, at least for the first 2 months. It's super important. It's not worth it because when you have to go to the hospital, it's just going to be you and your wife, or you and your baby mama, or you and your baby daddy, or just you by yourself. It's not worth it. So that's something I learned. They're fragile beings, but they're precious. And so far, I've just been so happy. I've been so happy. Listen, I'm sitting here on the floor in the nursery. And as you can see, my child is not in here. Because something else I learned is to be private. Be private. Give your child a shot of privacy. Don't just have your kid and just throw him on the internet. Why? Don't just do that. Give him a chance. What if he told you, Dad, I don't want to be on the internet. I want my privacy, You don't know. You know what I mean? Just protect yourself, protect your family. When you have a baby, don't just throw him on the internet. Have some privacy with your life. People don't need to know everything. They could wait, especially if he's a newborn, So that's one thing I've learned, thanks to my Caribbean parents as well. But I really got to see the importance as I gotten much older, much wiser. And yeah, I felt like that's something that you guys should know as well. So I'm gonna be doing these videos maybe like once a week. I'll tell you guys how my life has changed. But most importantly, I'm happy. I'm happy because this is what I always wanted. A son. It's a gift because I get to pass on my last name. My name is Junior Fritz Gabriel, and my son's last name is Gabriel, right? And notice I didn't even tell you his first name because you need to be slick and private like that, guys. Don't just go on the internet to tell your son's business. And I'm learning about like school safety. I'm learning about how to be a dad. It's a whole lot of learning, but it's fun, it's exciting, and I will keep you guys posted. I actually got to go back up front to the lady, help her out. We're changing diapers, we're like sanitizing bottles. Bro, we're watching Mrs. Rachel. Like, I'm out here like, do you know Dada? Dad, bruh, yo, that baby's gonna take over your TV. He's gonna take over your house. He's gonna take over everything. You're gonna have to be in the corner in a room just like me, just to talk to your friends. Hey, it's not lockdown, but it is what it is, you know. Another thing I want to leave with you guys too. When they say you're gonna have no sleep, I thought it was a lie. It's the truth, you know. I thought it was just a cliche. I hated hearing it, but the reason why I don't sleep throughout the night is because, first of all, like, how can I just sleep a whole 8 hours and not take a look at my son when I know there's something called SIDS? If you know what SIDS is, it stands for Sudden Infant Death Syndrome. Now that's one of the scariest shit ever. Your kid's just sleeping and then boom, hey, Lord of mercy. I'm not praying, I'm not even trying to say that, but that's something that you need to be aware of. When you put your child to sleep at night, make sure there is nothing in the bassinet. Make sure there is nothing there. Make sure it's just them and their little swaddle, right? Just like this, arms crossed, whatever. That's one thing I learned for child safety. And make sure you get up every 2 hours. You know, whether you're breastfeeding, put that baby on the titty. If not, give him the bottle. Also, take turns. Take turns with your significant other. Make sure it's not just you that's waking up and you turn to your left and your wife or your husband is just, nah, that ain't right. Get up, you know. I don't get sleep and I feel good about it because I'm a good parent. I'm waking up every 2 hours or every so often just to assess and monitor my kid's breathing, checking his diapers, and yo, it feels good. You know, I wake up tired sometimes, but then I'm like, hey, at least I know I'm a good father. At least I know I'm a good parent, you know, and he ain't get no diaper rashes out here on these streets, you know. But these are the little things I've learned so far. I'm learning more. Maybe every once a week I'll try to make a video like this. Honestly, I might just post this like this because I don't got the time to be editing. How do I look like editing? I got diapers to change, alright? But anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. If you like this video, share and subscribe. Peace out.